Hello, I am unboxing today a box set of cassettes that I won on eBay. You can see that right here. It's the Beatles Deluxe 3-pack, won May 21st for, I think it came to like $1,600, $1,657 or something like that with the tax and everything. And this is what it should look like when it's opened. Now you notice the wrapping is torn here, so we will first look at that. This is one of the rarest, no, it's probably the rarest Beatles cassettes in the world, because either only 15 of these were made or 3 of these were made, depending on what source you're looking at. Can you see me unboxing it? Let's unbox it up here. Okay. Realized I wasn't really showing anything. Alright, so it just came today, and of course the post office delivery person was supposed to have me sign for it, but they just left it as they usually do. Usually it's not a big deal. I get a lot of tapes. I got more tapes than almost everybody in the world, but I also have the best tapes in the world. This, however, I have a lot of rare Beatles tapes. In fact, I'm closing in on all of them, probably. Sometime I might do a video. This is the first video I've ever done of any cassettes, but that I'm sharing anyway. But I figured for insurance sake, just because it looks like it's been rewrapped, and for just awesomeness sake, because it's really awesome, I'm making a video today. I'll probably end up reusing some of these things. It says, thanks and enjoy, all the best, Rick. Cool. Thank you, Rick. I was going to have my friend here to really kind of do it up a little bit more professionally, but whatever. It's okay. He had today off, but it arrived today, so I couldn't exactly. It's a little heavier than I thought it'd be. Ooh. I don't know if it's packaging or the way this box set. So what makes this so rare is that Capitol Records in 1969 apparently decided to do a Beatles set. I think they'd done a few of other artists like this, and the Beatles said no, and so only a few were ever made. None of them were really distributed. But if I look on, there's a website that describes this one, I don't remember, a different one or this one, and somebody said like they ordered it out of a mail catalog for their friend. I don't quite understand. And we're talking like cassettes were really new. There's not a lot of documentation about them. And we're talking 1969. So all that kind of goes to just make this very rare. I am going to listen to them. I'm going to unwrap this because I've got to make sure it is what it is. I mean, the way this is, you can see the way this is here. It could easily have been rewrapped, and I don't want there to be like Weird Al Yankovich tapes in there or something like that, so I don't feel too bad about unwrapping it. Is this original? No. Okay. It's getting a little lighter without the packaging, but still pretty substantial. And again, I believe it is authentic, even if it has been rewrapped to make it as it appears to be. You know, the reason why I think it's been rewrapped. Okay, it's still pretty substantial here. The wear on this, if you can see this wear, looks a little bit different than where it's like the wear on it kind of looks like it's different than where this has been unsealed here. And look at that. Look, it has been resealed again. So they put this in a different packaging. I'm guessing the guy who sold it to me did that. So he bought it for $1,000 back a few years ago. I didn't know about it then. I obviously have collected a lot of rare Beatles tapes, but there's still stuff that I find that I don't know about. And this is the most I've ever spent on a tape set. The next highest was $300 for the Tool first thing. I'm not a huge Tool fan, I'm sorry to say, but I still kind of wanted it, you know, so I did spend money on that. Otherwise, I just have a real knack for getting stuff for a very good deal. And so I've got over 22,000 cassettes, and I've got very rare items, like the most rare things ever made. This might be the rarest thing I have now. Printed in the USA. It contains 3 complete cassettes. We are unsealing this today because, as I said, like the wear here doesn't match the wrapping, so I don't believe I'm messing anything up by doing this. And all my tapes have been safe. I've been collecting for 30 years. Very careful. Whoops. Nope, just kidding. And yeah, let's open this up. It's beautiful. You know, it's really, I mean, it becomes beautiful because it's rare. You know, it probably wouldn't be beautiful if there were 100,000 made of them. But whatever. Okay. So I'm careful when I do this. At least I try to be. Some of the rare things I've gotten this year are the first actual Beatles release on cassette. I need to actually hold this up for you while I am still to prove that it is for insurance company or insurance reasons, I guess. What if I had to send this back? It was Hard Day's Night from 1966. I've got a copy of that. I got a copy of The Family Way by Paul McCartney, also from 1966. In the past 5 years, I've gotten a original Sgt. Pepper's out of the UK that was released in '67. Lovely. Okay, look at this. And I mean, I listen to everything. I unseal everything I have. I don't keep anything sealed. And I listen to everything. So I have a brand new, I've got a couple very new tape decks, but this one's, you can see it here, you can barely see it, is brand new. So this will be maybe the 5th tape I've played on it. There should be no motor issues. There should be any playability issues. And I would hope no actual Beatles, although there's Capitol, and Capitol cassettes are notorious for getting old and worn out. But I hope it plays. If it doesn't play, I stop it immediately, and you know, whatever. I'll still keep the set if it doesn't play. It's just too rare. Interesting. So okay, so it's not. They are just the standard tapes here. So yeah, and that makes sense. And you notice they have the very clear, thicker cassette. I don't know what I expected. I guess I was hoping that it'd be like they would have these like things on it. So really, I mean, it's almost like what I'm paying for is like $1,500 for a box. But hey, whatever. It's okay. It's like still something that they produced and then withdrew immediately. The tapes are in beautiful shape. There's a little tiny mark here, but it's mint. You notice they have the try window. If you can see that. Yes, there it is. Let's Meet the Beatles. Okay. And Yesterday Today, I don't know who decided these would be the 3 Beatles albums. It's like kind of an odd choice. Meet the Beatles, which is of course the US version of With the Beatles, sort of bastardized by Capitol. The try window of Yesterday and Today, I think that probably exists on its own. But when it comes to Capitol stuff, it's kind of weird. You know, Capitol has a funny way of operating. I'm going to move this just a bit over here. All right. And of course, this guy who sold it to me never opened this, as far as I know. It looked exactly the same as when he got it. He made $500, which is totally fine. You know, I've seen this gone for about as little as $300, but I think that the one that is $300, you can barely detect on the website that I was on a little bit of wear on the side of the box, and there was another two of them that went for $150 that both have wear on the side of the box. I'm not hurting anything here, am I? Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is a little tenuous how it's connected at the box here. It kind of goes underneath, but then it's not connected with the box. That's interesting. But I'm being very, very careful, obviously. You don't spend $1,600 on something and just kind of screw around with it, you know. You don't want any damage. Magical Mystery Tour with the tri-window. I'm pretty sure this probably exists in some form. So I'm just going to keep all this as is. It's got like a little catalog list. It's obviously authentically from 1969. And it's very, very nice. Yeah. It's one that was on my Grail list for a long, long time. No, not even that long. No, I discovered it within the last 5 years, so it hasn't been, actually. But there are other tapes that are on my Grail list for a very, very long time, and this is one that could have been, or maybe it could have even, I could watch it go for a couple grand or $2,500 or something. Instead, I bought one now before that happens. You can see the wear on the box here. I don't know what caused that. This side looks fine. And you just got the 3 regular capital tapes inside. The Beatles, either somebody in the Beatles organization or maybe even the Beatles themselves, because they were forming Apple and other stuff, they put the kibosh on this and they didn't want it put out. That's what makes this rare and valuable. So, happy to share this in a video now. It's a 12-minute video. Okay, I'm just gonna stop this. I hope to be making other unboxing videos and/or there's my face. I'm hoping to be making other videos about my collection in the future, including maybe a comprehensive Beatles album. I've got all the original UK releases where they've kind of switched around the track to make it fit better on the tape. I've got all the mobile fidelity sound releases. I've got interesting, weird Japanese bootlegs. I've got the Japanese box set. I've got 100 tapes of some radio show called Beatles Brunch, which probably isn't neither here nor there. And the Canadian releases, including the Beatles story. That's the Beatles. The Canadian version is the only version that was released on tape of that. I used to go see a record of that in the 90s in a record store and thought, wow, I'd love to have that, but I never found it until somebody sold it to me, and it was a Canadian release. And as I said, I got the original 1966 releases of both Hard Day's Night and Family Way, which I think are the earliest ones. There's a couple I'm still after, but I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to have to pay more than I have to. You know, I just kind of lurk, and then eventually I'm patient, and eventually things show up. But there's only about 3 Beatles things that I've got. I'd love to do a comprehensive Beatles thing, and a comprehensive thing on the rest of my cassettes, of which there are 22,000, of which I've listened to about 10,000 of them, or more, maybe 11,000 now. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now because it's getting a little long. So